Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday night Scream Stream minisodes. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink. How we doing tonight, Evan? How you doing?
Great.
You doing great as always, right?
That's right. How are you tonight?
Just peachy. I think that's the perfect way to describe my general vibe right now. Peachy. I think that.
You think people in Georgia say that they're peachy a lot?
I think it would get old pretty fast in Georgia. I feel like only if you're like a dad over the age of 40. And you're making some jokes, some dad jokes like of that ilk.
If I ever find myself in Hotlanta again, I might just start dropping a few.
Yeah,
I'm peaches.
Test the waters.
See how quick it. Yeah, see how quick it takes people to get tired of that.
I give you about 45 seconds. I give you only 2 interactions. Let's put it that way. 2 very short interactions, and at that point, you try to ask anybody else, and they'll just know you're the guy going around making these jokes, and you're not going to be in for a good time. Georgia's.
See, it's even worse when somebody comes up to you and asks you for money. It's somebody who comes up and makes a really bad joke.
Nothing I hate more than those hacky comedians that come up just to tell me a quick joke, just to get a laugh. That's all they're panhandling for is laughs. They don't want money, and I can't even give them a chuckle. That's my laughter. Is more valuable than a cheap joke. Okay, you can't just come up and tell me some. I need a little bit of I need a little bit of complexity to my humor. Not even that, man. I just need absurdity. I love absurdity. Who doesn't? That's my bag.
Yeah, are you saying that if somebody came up to you in the street and told you a joke, that would be absurd enough for you?
Yeah, well, yeah, honestly, just the very interaction itself, I think would be so absurd enough. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I would probably couldn't help but laughing, but
if somebody came up to me and started making a joke about them being peachy, I would be waiting for the other half, like the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, what does this person actually want?
Right. All right. Yeah. It's like, all right, what's the pitch? What are you selling? Go ahead and
okay,
let's skip the intro. Go ahead, give it to me. What are you selling? No.
All right, put me down for a dozen.
I'll take peaches. A dozen. 1 dozen peaches. Just like after tonight, we'll have sat through 1 dozen episodes of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe.
Segway.
We've done it. We've made it to the final chapter of this Flash Gordon serial. The title of tonight's episode, The Doom of the Dictator. Is that am I remembering correctly? Question mark.
You are correct.
Okay, great. Doom of the Dictator. So, spells obviously some trouble for Ming, but we'll get into that later. It's just important to recognize how we got to this point tonight.
It's been a time.
It has been a long time. I mean, we started season 4 back in November. So it has been roughly, I mean, I guess 3.5 months ish. 3 and a third. Yeah, 3 and a third. I like that. But no, I mean, we have sat through a lot of spaceship flights. We have sat through a lot of Flash Gordon pretty much dying, and also a lot of Flash Gordon subsequently living, and just kind of escaping whatever danger was nipping at his heels in the last episode. And it got a little repetitive from time to time. It's much like the serial that we watched before this, The Phantom Creeps. We learned early on, sometimes you're just stuck in a triangle of locations, 3 locations.
Yeah, sometimes you're just killing time.
You really are. You're just bouncing between the 3 locations with no real object or goal, like, that isn't quickly undone by some other plot point or some other thing. It's quickly irrelevant, whatever they were going to one place or another to do. And whatever the overarching goal was, is completely lost after, like, the first episode. Like, whatever you are expecting after the first episode is just completely gone after that. And
the very broad strokes. This you could say that this serial has a plot. You can't see it, but I'm doing the air quotes.
Yeah, I'll do them for you. Yeah. Plot. And that's the way these
it has a story.
Mm-hmm. I got you that time. Yeah, it roughly has those things, but I think at the end of the day, it definitely had flair. It's had flair in every episode. You got to give it that for what it's lacked in story.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to give it that. A surprising amount of, well, there are a lot of effects. Some of them are good.
Some are good. Some are just stock footage. Some are... I mean, it really, it runs a very wide gamut of, like, actually pretty good, and they didn't even try here, and that's just, again, that's par for the course for these serials. But what I do think is interesting here is that, I mean, whether it's in Ming's castle or the spaceships, or when we went to the rock planet that one time, or it wasn't a planet, excuse me, wherever that place was, I can't recall.
I think it was on Mongo.
The Land of the Dead, that was that what it was called? That was the name of the episode, but I didn't know if that was also what their area of Mongo was called. Not sure, but suffice to say, it was, unlike Phantom Creeps, which the locations that you're bouncing between in Phantom Creeps are just ordinary, plain locations. There's no Sweet Feet's in the house. No, Sweet Feet, I did not.
Sweet Feet in the house.
Hold on, I'm doing it anyway. Yes, Sweet Feet. The answer is yes. But so via satellite, Evan's always, see, you'll notice that sharp-eyed viewers
much Much like Flash Gordon, I'm also in space.
Evan, yeah, 4 Wednesdays. Evan has to travel here on Fridays because most of the week he's in space, actually.
Yeah, I've got to commute to space.
Yeah, and what was that? Is that you haven't really talked to me about your commute before, and I feel bad I haven't asked before this. But what would you say like the average commute from space to here on Earth is like for you on any given week?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not so bad. The traffic is pretty light, you could say. It's a pretty straight shot.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that.
Not a lot of gas stations though. Make sure you're fueled up before you take off.
Yes, please, because have you ever had any close calls? Have you ever been like on E, and you're like, I don't know, I'm gonna make it. Like, I mean, everybody does that in the car, but if that happened in a spaceship, I think I'd be pretty terrified.
Down on fumes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily want to do that on a spaceship. I feel like that might be.
Luckily, if you run out of gas on the way down, it's fine. You'll get down.
Right? Yeah. You may not be in one piece, and certainly your ship won't be in one piece, but you'll be on Earth. You'll have made it. You'll gotten to your destination. So yes, that's all. Even if you're all banged up, I guess you got where you're going. Hey, you didn't have to put any gas in the car at the time. You saved yourself 5 minutes at the gas station. At the expense of a terrible, terrible spaceship crash. Wouldn't that be something?
It'll buff right out.
It'll buff out. Yeah, just spit on that, polish it out, and it'll be good as new. Yeah, I mean, you would think that by this point, by episode 12, that if we've got any spaceship action going on here, that I want to see some spaceships blowing up, or at least pretty banged up at this point, because I don't think they can just buff it out every episode.
It would be nice for our final episode if they said, hey, the show's over, we're just gonna go out with a bang, we don't need this prop anymore. They just blow up the show.
Right. Yeah, that would definitely be good thinking on their part. I'm surely they if they didn't blow it up, the plan was, and I'm sure they did, use all this stuff again for other things. But I would like to think that I'd like to think that they were like, all right, let's go for it. They're not going to make another one after this. Although I believe the plan was to make another one after this. So if they don't blow up the spaceships, we'll be a little disappointed. But we'll see what they've got up their sleeve. Who knows? It's been
maybe Flash Gordon's gonna put like a car bomb on Ming's ship. He turns the key and it just blows up.
Yeah, that would be
that would be in character, I think. That seems like something Flash would do.
Definitely be in character. Well, in character though would be that somehow Flash bungles it, or someone on Flash's team bungles it.
Okay.
And Ming finds out, right?
Yeah, so Dr. Zarkov gives him a car bomb, and then Flash bungles the plan and then almost dies, but somehow miraculously survives.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a safe bet. I'd put my money there.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if this serial just ended on a cliffhanger?
Don't say that. Don't. It might actually. We're gonna find out, and I'm gonna say there's a very good possibility.
Oh no.
I mean, I haven't seen this. I don't know, but the idea that they were like, oh, well, we're gonna make another Flash Gordon serial after this.
We gotta keep it going.
yeah, so and again, like it goes back to, and we were talking about it just kind of in reference to the storytelling with these serials and Phantom Creeps, but specifically with Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe. What is like the overarching goal that they have right now? Like, what is, like, by the end of tonight's episode, tonight's chapter, what is it that Flash Gordon can do that even if things didn't, like, how can they put a bow on this, you know, like without it being just like a complete cliffhanger? Like, how are we gonna know that they, yeah, yes, via satellite, yes, Brown Girl Gamer, first time in the chat, what's up? That's very good friend. Yes, via satellite, we were actually talking about that earlier. And it's, you know, we talked about how Evan is actually in space right now, and he is just describing his commute to us, and it certainly seems pretty exciting. Evan commutes from space every week just to be on this show on Fridays, and then he comes in via satellite on Wednesdays. So that's, you know, it's, we appreciate that you can even make the journey via satellite. You know, I you know, from space is, it's already a lot. But yeah, and so we're about to get into this final chapter of Flash Gordon, and wait, what'd you say?
What did I say?
What?
Is this thing on?
Is this, hello? But no, I mean, so did we answer that question? Like, what's this overarching goal?
What is this show about?
What is this show even about? The very first episode was about the Purple Death, right? Or some kind of disease that Ming had unleashed on Earth.
Yeah, they set it up like that's gonna be a much bigger plot point than it ends up being. That, I guess, gets resolved pretty quick
in like 2 episodes. Like, not a problem anymore. Ming's on to the next death contraption.
Right, he's shooting something at Earth just over and over. That's his whole thing.
Right. And some kind of bomb or some kind of, what was it? The Polaroid? The projectile. He's had
Polaroids.
Yeah, remember the Polaroids? That was an early Ming invention.
That was early, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first.
Early MacGuffin.
Yeah, that's just one MacGuffin after the other, and what MacGuffin we're on now, I really can't say. They're in Ming's castle. I think that's the last that we left them off.
Yeah, well, where we last left Flash and the gang, I think, was it Dale had been kidnapped and Flash, they were on a rescue mission.
Yeah, they had made it into Ming's castle, right?
Right, and there was some kind of like electrified floor.
Wasn't even wasn't it just a carpet? Wasn't it just an electrified carpet?
Yeah, like it was like an electric rug.
It was pretty hilarious. It was pretty diabolical too. I think I totally forgot about that, and now that I'm remembering, I think that was the best invention of the entire series. Like,
it's a lot more subtle than a plague or a giant cannon.
Yeah, it's much more targeted and much more, like, it's like you're saying subtle, but like almost not. Like, it's I don't know, it's almost kitschy.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost, there's something ridiculous about electrifying a rug, like, of all things. Like, I guess you would never.
Wile E. Coyote at this point.
It is cartoonish. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
We're circling it.
It is cartoonish. It's some Looney Tunes shit that Ming has going on with this electrified carpet. And I'm pretty sure it looked like Flash just stepped on it last time. Like,
yeah, well, much like a lot of these episodes, it last week it ended with Flash exploding.
Yeah, Flash straight up died, and he
died.
By
we need a game over screen.
Yeah, he shouldn't get out of it. But what we've learned is that when they pick up the cliffhanger the next week, whatever amazing shot you saw of some explosion or whatever, Flash was actually like 10 feet away from that. He didn't actually that shot that you saw, that wasn't actually what happened. Retconning within this serial.
That one's on you, audience. You're making assumptions.
Yeah. Well, again, the kids that are sitting in the movie theater in 1940 watching this right now, 1939, they have no. They're not on the story like that. It's not, but you would think that the writers at least would have a little more, and the people making it would have a little more, like, I don't know. This has been a good serial. I really have enjoyed this. I don't mean to cast aspersions on Flash Gordon. I really have enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see what they have cooked up for us. Anything before we get into it, Evan?
I think we've pretty much covered it. We've got our predictions. Let's hope that some of them don't come true.
Fingers crossed. We will see. We in 20 minutes, all of our questions will hopefully be answered. We'll get a nice bow put on Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe. So I think, Evan, if you've got it queued up.
I do.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and get into Chapter 12 of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, our final minisode of Season 12, Doom of the Dictator, right now.
So, now that I'm thinking about it, at what point did this just become personal? Because it seems like Ming started by just kind of targeting Earth.
Yeah.
But then, now he's going after, Flash through Dale.
I think it's all personal at this point. It's definitely not. If Ming wanted to take down the Earth, he would have given up on Flash a long time ago and just focused on the Earth. But he's just dicking around with Flash on Mongo for, however long a timeline this actually is. Oh, God, Flash.
Get out here. I'll go in alone. This may be a
this god dang carpet. Yeah.
So we've invented a floor is lava machine.
Flash, stop where you are.
Oh, let's see. Ah! Oh, shit.
What happened?
Damn.
What was it?
Baron, don't move. The rug gets electrified.
Ah! nice save. That was a cool new dance move,
I
right?
really thought that they were just gonna do it again.
That would have been great. We just turning into a Three Stooges bit.
So I have the console off.
Flash, I thought you.
Wait. Oh, he turned the console off. I totally missed that. I was like, wait. How are they running on the carpet? Duh.
To the north room, quickly.
Nice formation there, guys. Love the hustle. How about, everybody just standing perfectly, far apart in this giant hall. Like, with what purpose?
They can't go far. Some of the guard and search for them. Watch the laboratory. They may attempt to release Dr. Zarkov also.
I want to see Ming get up off of this GD throne and do something. He's just sitting around barking orders for the past 8 episodes.
This is an order.
Yeah. When's he gonna say, if I want something done right, I've got to do it myself?
Right. Yeah, they should have used that line. Like, he should have said that 6 times already.
I mean, really, it's a classic like super villain.
Yes, it is.
My minions are so incompetent.
Classic villain behavior. Line, yeah. Pretty much cliche at this point.
Gotta love the protracted fight scenes, just all the same angle.
Scrapping in one take from far away. It's not very exciting, but it's cheap. Oh, God. I'm glad we got one last view of the sun flared alarm bell. Big ups to the decor in Ming's castle. You gotta shout that out.
Take their uniforms.
Yeah, they don't have like the Star Wars style doors that just or Star Trek. Oh no, that was the worst faux pas I could have made. Star Trek.
Don't they have both?
I guess, but I feel like more prominently I think of Star Trek doors doing that, but I guess they all do. They just stole it from Flash.
A new element, which gives the light great properties and permits it to be transformed into other forms of energy.
Where's the light come from?
Where all light and power originate. The sun.
The
And it
sun.
is this selenium that energizes
You know,
perfect
if you think about
great fire
doors
protection,
like that,
and all
like
of Ming's weapons of death and
we
destruction.
do have sci-fi doors that we interact with fairly often.
That's true.
But it's in like the most mundane place possible.
And they're slow.
Grocery store.
Yeah. It's not like a
Don't you realize that with Dr. Zarkov in possession of my laboratory, he is more powerful than I am in my own kingdom?
So
Dr.
I
Zarkov is clever.
think Zarkov was talking about Ming's got some kind
The
of
secret of my sun power.
secret of his sun power. That's
Okay,
what's at
that's
stake
the-
now. That's the
Tricked into
MacGuffin.
coming out, and I'll find the way.
If we can control Ming's powerhouse, we can handle him.
We can destroy him and his palace, but that would mean our death as well.
It'd be worth it. We could save the universe by doing so.
Ooh. Flash is ready to go nuclear,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
Nuclear option.
You surrounded, Zarkov, and they will attack if you do not surrender immediately. You don't dare attack. And why not? Because I control the source of your power and can destroy you with it. You would not dare. I would not hesitate. Our mission is not only to save the world, but the universe as well. The universe. I am the universe.
Oh,
Give you just 1 hour to
dang.
surrender. I have another
Vain
source of
much?
power that you know nothing of.
Dang.
I don't wholly doubt him.
But don't you think he's stalling for time?
No. But our only safety at present is to remain here.
Then why can't Baron send for some of his ships? We can keep Ming from attacking them with you in control here, can't we?
Flash is right.
I don't know. You don't have a good track record so far.
As you know, Ming is cunning and treacherous. We must learn what he's up to. Perhaps you too, in your disguise, might learn his plans.
Yes, but Zarkov, how can we get out of here?
Armin showed me a secret passage that leads to the caverns. That even Ming doesn't know of.
I'm willing. What about you, Roka?
I'll go with you.
You hold the fort here. You get
And
as close
nobody's
as you
worried
can to
about
Ming
this
and find out what
Ming
he's up to.
henchman back here behind them that just listened to like their entire plan. That wasn't a concern, I guess. So did Ming say I am the universe? Was that what he said? What did he say? He said, I don't know. It was kind of hilarious.
All palace guards must remain on duty near the throne room. These men will relieve you. Come. Allow no one to enter or your lives are forfeit.
Yes, sir. Roka, you keep me covered.
that's
relieving you. Go to the laboratory at once. They need help.
wow, that guy was just really quick to like get out. He was looking for an excuse to get away from his post, wasn't he? Okay, I'm out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice.
What we was doing
Quitting
was
time
trying
already.
To trick Dr. Zarkov and his party into leaving the laboratory.
I love the way he ran up and grabbed that guy too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
that guy wasn't, again, he wasn't suspicious at all. He just
until we have rid ourselves of the Earth people now
out
on
of
Monday.
there.
We can use the Solarite ship as a threat to trap them. Check the Solarite ship again and make sure it's ready to depart at a moment's notice.
I will, sir.
In the meantime, I'll communicate with Dr. Zarkov again.
You're negotiating with I thought you didn't negotiate with terrorists, man. What's going on
Now,
here?
if I may speak to Dr. Zarkov, my rocket ship is loaded with enough Solarite to destroy the principal cities of the Earth on contact. It is in my space court now. We will send it if you do not surrender at once.
I doubt very much that one ship can do so much damage.
I have enough ships and Solarite to destroy your entire Earth.
Solarite.
If you knew the power of it, you would not
Yeah, is it
hesitate to
Solarite
meet my
now?
terms.
Yeah.
This is a serious matter. I must consult my
Zarkov says
associates.
bet.
Very well. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Kind of you. Don't you believe
5 minutes.
You
Wahaha.
mean he has no such ship as the rocket ships ZO? He has, but he's going to send it against the Earth whether we surrender or not. I doubt very much if he has the powerful explosive Solarite he speaks of.
Ming scientists have for years been searching for an explosive powerful enough to destroy the Earth. I believe they have found it.
There's only one way out. And
Are they gonna call his bluff?
Ming ZO ship and destroy him with it. But it all depends on whether you can control the defensive mechanism of the space court here. It can be done.
Had a little trouble with that line there, Buster, but you got through it.
I'll take off in the Solarite ship and head back toward the palace, then bail out. You ought to be able to pick me up.
Then you better let me go with you.
No use two of us sacrificing ourselves.
Flash the hero. Let's take a break right there. Cause I think, yeah, that's a 20-minute episode. We got Fresh invaded the whole screen here. There, he's gone. Yeah, so big stakes out of nowhere, pretty much. Essentially, like they're just both holding each other hostage right now. Like that's what I'm gathering. Zarkov
Just Flash is champing at the bit to sacrifice himself.
He really is, honestly. He has no problem going kamikaze and just, ultimately for the good of the universe. I mean, they understand that. They are very aware that, if they gotta put themselves on the line to save, because, Ming isn't just a threat to Earth. He's a threat to... I mean, I don't know what else the universe entails, obviously, in the universe of Flash Gordon. All I know is that it's Earth and Mongo and the sun. And that's it. That's all that I've been made aware of. So, I don't know. I like the stakes right now. They're very intense.
Yeah.
And Ming is just not gonna give an inch. He's gonna look to try to weasel and scheme and get the best deal possible. And True Blue Flash and the rest of his gang, they're just gonna have to rely on good old I was going to say American willpower, but not honestly. Some of Flash's group are from Mongo. So it's a universal effort. Literally and figuratively. Figuratively because of what I just said before, and literally because this was produced by Universal. So that's, it works both ways.
You think the title of the serial is kind of a cheeky, like a wink at the camera, like, this is gonna be really good. It's going to almost like how we would say break the internet. That it conquers the universe.
Yeah, I think that they had some high hopes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think that they had any intention of coming up with a story where Flash Gordon actually conquers the universe. I think it's all about the hype. Absolutely. That's it. They know a good title. But, you know, Flash, I don't think however this shakes out at the end, I don't think that Flash is necessarily conquering the universe. I think he's just, you know, hopefully gonna.
It would be pretty wild if he takes out Ming and then he just walks up to the throne and sits down.
That would be great. That would actually be fantastic. Like
the end.
Somehow, whatever evil villainous aura that Ming has somehow transfers over into Flash once Flash finally kills Ming. It transfers bodies, and then Flash takes his rightful place in that evil throne. And
no one's that villainous naturally. It's some kind of curse.
Right, it has to be. Yeah, nobody would. No, you think Ming was always this way? No, you think society made him this way? No. I think that it was all just, I think it's just I think it was just
some kind of
supernatural spirit, some kind of paranormal type thing. This is where John Newland would come in handy. I think he could explain to us how this kind of soul transference type of thing may work. Certainly, I think some doors open for John Newland after the Shroom trip. So if they would have kept the show going, I think they could have answered more hard-hitting questions like that.
I'm sure they probably cut out the scene of One Step Beyond where John Newland is talking about super villain voodoo during his mushroom trip.
Yeah. That was a whole sequence that went on for 45 minutes, and the network said, John, I don't know how you convinced Alcoa to spend their money on this, but we cannot in good conscience broadcast this to the American public. And, he understood. Still a great episode of television regardless. But I still don't think, I think obviously Flash Gordon is really closer to the universe right now. To conquering the universe than John Newland did on a shrimp trip, but we'll see.
Yeah, I want to see John Newland conquer the universe.
That would be something. I mean, if he would have done those intros for the show with the space background the whole time, then you just assume that he had conquered the universe. But then the network probably wouldn't have liked that. They were like, John, everybody thinks that you think you're God. He's after he took the shrooms, he's like, I am God. And then they canceled the show.
I am the universe. Yeah,
I am the universe. Just like Ming. Oh, yes. That was a great line on Ming's part. I love that. That's your classic Dictator for you. Megalomaniac. Everything revolves around me. You know that saying, the whole world revolves around you. Literally the whole universe. The whole Ming. That's right. Yeah. Oh, Ming. I'd hate to see him get killed, but it's he certainly deserves it. So we'll see. We'll see what fate he meets. We're gonna take a quick little break. The trailers on tonight's episode. We've been showing trailers for other movie serials. And last week we re-showed the original other Flash Gordon serial trailers. And tonight, during our pre-roll, we showed the remake of Flash Gordon, the trailer for that, the 1980 remake. And during this break, we're gonna see the trailer for which some of you may or may not know. Little known fact: there's actually a softcore porn parody of Flash Gordon in the 70s that was incredibly popular. Yes. During the golden age of porn, whenever porn movies were playing in movie theaters. It was like a big cultural thing.
Yeah, back when you went out to watch porn.
To go watch porn. It started with Deep Throat, and then you just had an explosion of movies. Of course, you had parody porn. It's always been around. And so we have the trailer for 1973's Flesh Gordon. And it's a clean trailer. Just I'll go ahead and tell you now, this is the, I think there's a, yeah. It is the trailer is trademark softcore porn acting at its finest. It's great. It's so much fun. There is like a hardcore, there's like a more explicit trailer that if you want to go and find online, you can. It's like a minute longer than this trailer, I think. And it's not even that much more explicit. It's really not. It's again, it's softcore. It's just really not hardcore. And so again, in this trailer, you'll see the rocket ships look like penises. That's and you'll see maybe a few other little suggestive things, and of course the names are suggestive. Obviously, that's your good old fashioned parody. But it's a fun, cheesy 70s movie trailer. So I think it's a good final trailer to show for our final break of our final mini-sode of season 4. So yeah, I think you guys will enjoy this. So we're going to get this trailer for Flesh Gordon, and then we will get into the exciting conclusion of the Doom of the Dictator. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Gentlemen, we are in big trouble.
You've heard about it. You've read about it. Now, finally, you can see it.
It will be a dangerous trip, and I don't know what we're likely to encounter out there. But someone has got to save the Earth from the treacherous clutches of that evil ray.
Sure. Why not? We'll give it a try.
Blast off with Flesh Gordon in his cosmic crusade against all evil. Witness the unbelievable, death-defying feats of that most remarkable superhero of them all, Flesh Gordon. Journey with Flesh Gordon through the dangerous outer reaches of intergalactic space as he joins forces with the mysterious Professor and the lovely Dale Arder to save the Earth from the incredible sex ray.
It's so strange in here. Flesh, it almost looks alive.
Flesh Gordon, the preposterous. Be swept away to the dazzling heights of astonishment as you enter worlds unknown.
I'm Prince Precious, rightful heir to the throne of porno. Ah! What is it? The floor! It's opening!
Join Flesh Gordon as the crafty Emperor Wang unleashes the forces of interstellar tyranny against him in 100 mind-boggling adventures. Flesh Gordon.
Look!
An outrageous parody of yesteryear's superhero.
It's the 8th wonder of the world.
Oh, boy. Not to be confused with the original Flash Gordon.
Not to be confused with the original Flash Gordon. I mean, pretty ridiculous. You gotta love the stop motion animation.
Pretty close, right?
pretty close. You see all the parallels and all the, the same characters, just with ridiculous names and a little more, a little more elevated.
Yeah, there's a lot of the production value on this is surprisingly high considering it is porn.
Right? Seriously, for pornography, it is actually quite like, that's the thing. You wouldn't, it's wild to think that the 70s was a time where a whole story, a whole pretty much normal movie could be constructed around, it's not even like sex scenes half the time. It's just nudity. It's just slightly erotic scenes. It's not, it's nothing crazy. It's pretty tame for the most part. But it's wild to think that somebody would even put money toward such a large scale porn parody. But that was the 70s. Yeah, that was what was going on at the time.
Everybody in the 70s was just incredibly horny.
That's the long and short of it. Definitely. I mean, I guess this was before if this was 1973, then it was like before disco and before, but I mean, 73, like, things are starting to get crazy. Things are starting to pick up, weird time. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man, the 60s and the 70s, it's a crazy, man. Wild. Yeah, and that thus you get something like Flesh Gordon. Nobody's
I'll finance your sci-fi movie as long as there's boobs in it.
It just needs a lot of tits. And I mean, that was essentially what a lot of the golden age of porn, the big hits, the things that were in all these theaters. I mean, it was essentially, just kind of silly, dumb, ridiculous stuff, but it was a full movie with a full story. And, in this case,
it's not even, it doesn't even feel like it's leaning too hard on the parody angle. Like it almost feels like it's just playing it straight.
Yeah, no.
This is just an honorary Flash Gordon movie. It's just a lot hornier than the other ones.
It's essentially what they did. Yeah, I mean, that's, again, that's not what you would get nowadays if they tried to do, like, you're not going to get that genuine of like a Star Wars porn parody nowadays. It's not going to be that lavish, for one. They're not going to hire like, special, like, like working special effects artists to do all these, like, all the, because that's for Flesh Gordon. I mean, they hired people who would go on, I think, to do special effects for like big things, to do the special effects work for that movie. I mean, it's just kind of wild the way that, I mean, when you're getting your start in your career, you're just looking for any opportunity you can. Somebody's like, "Oh,
Flash Gordon."
Yeah, well, isn't it funny that somebody could come to you and say like, "Oh yeah, like we've got this budget, we need all these effects, like, can you do it?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I can do all that with that money. Yeah, that sounds great. What is it?" Like, "Oh yeah, it's a porn parody." Like, I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of a like, "Oh, well, what?" For a little bit at first, like, "A what?" And they're like, "Well, okay, they have the money and they know what they want, so I say no."
Sometimes you're just paying the rent.
Pretty much. It's, you do what you got to do to get by, especially in the entertainment business. I don't want to know you know, I won't even go into it. I'm sure if I really got into the production history of Flesh Gordon, I would not like what I saw. Because I'm sure that even, you know, the golden age of porn was a dark industry. But that's a whole other stream. That's not the Scream stream, unfortunately.
Right. It's public domain.
Yeah, no. What is it? I think the thing that when I always go to the Wikipedia public domain page, the thing that always comes up is Debbie Does Dallas, but it's in a gray area because the trademark is owned by the Dallas Cowboys, right? So so it's public domain, but because the Cowboys own the trademark, it's like a whole thing. So that's, you know, the intricacies of the public domain. That's what you can get here on this show. That's what this show is about.
It's kind of public domain, but not.
But you may get in trouble. It's a weird thing. But yeah, so Flesh Gordon, it's definitely a thing. It definitely exists. But we've got to get into the exciting conclusion of our final chapter of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe.
What's gonna happen? Are they gonna blow up the Earth?
It's on the table. It is on the table right now.
Are they gonna go with my car bomb idea?
I think that's definitely. They said something about trying to turn Ming's bomb around on him or trying to do something.
Yeah, I think the plan did come kind of close.
It's close.
To my prediction.
It's definitely
in the
close.
Ballpark,
which
makes me laugh.
You are 100% in the ballpark. But if we see him in Ming's spaceship, then we'll call it a home run. But we
all right.
We gotta get there.
Up.
Batter up. All right. Well, Evan, if you got it queued up,
I do.
And we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of Doom of the Dictator right now.
Sokoff doesn't answer our signal, sir.
He's ghosting us.
He left us on red, sir.
That
I'll
bitch.
stay here and control the death rays that guard the entrance to the space.
It said he was typing and then it stopped. I know he saw it.
I know you saw that.
I've been waiting for this chance to avenge them.
I understand. Notify Captain Suden to open the tunnel gates for us.
I will. Goodbye, my friend.
Thank you. We'll never
Now
forget
this guy's putting his life on the line. Yeah, so they all decided, all right, we'll let this guy put his life on the line, and
yeah, all right, peace.
Yep. He's gonna get it first.
I fear the Earth people are up to something we know nothing of.
Perceptive. I don't understand why Ming just lets the ship sit here. I mean, I guess
what are his guards doing? Like, he knew that they've been in the palace.
Wait.
Right.
That's a ship with a Solarite aboard. Are you sure? Yes. Ming called it a ZO ship.
You cannot enter the space court until I have signaled Grove to turn off the death ray.
The security.
Holy shit!
Operated by drunk.
Those guys just explode?
Yes.
Turn off the death ray on number 7.
It's no trick of the camera this time. Those people really just died.
Death rays are turned off on number 7.
In the dust, man.
I'll circle with the ZO ship until you take off and join me.
Right. We'll keep in touch by radio.
Good. Hope there's a parachute aboard.
I'm sure there is. It's an essential part of the equipment. Well, good luck, Flash.
Thanks.
I think so. That's a safe bet, Sweet Feet.
Yeah, in real life.
So, Evan, I mean, you're pretty much right, man. This is Ming's ship, right?
Yeah.
Is he gonna...
The spaceship does have a parachute.
Oh my god! Ah!
Yes. Yes, I'll report it.
I want that phone. How can he hear it though with that giant helmet over his ears?
Yeah, good point.
Just entered the spaceport and taken off your solarite ship.
Well, tell him I can't hear a goddamn thing with this helmet over my ears.
Turned on.
It's the work of that clever fiend Zarkov. He's at the controls in the laboratory.
Ah, the feather hat.
Dr. Zarkov.
How can he lose with the feather hat on?
Yeah, he's broken up the big guns this time.
Yeah, he means business. It really is. It really is. Look at him peacocking around. Strutting around with his feathers.
Yes? I'll report. Sire, Dr. Zarkov and the rest of the Earth people, including Prince Baron and Princess Aura, have escaped through the tunnel. They've taken off their
I have the worst minions.
Right ship to destroy me. We must leave at once for the tower. Use the auxiliary controls from there. Order Captain Sudan to have them turned on. We'll find him in the guard room.
I feel like those feathers would get caught in something at some point. I don't know how you keep that hat that pristine. So what is he gonna do? Fly into the castle? What is his plan?
Torch calling Captain Sudan. I can't get Captain Sudan, sire.
You must. Our lives depend on it. Keep trying.
Wait, is he gonna? No, it's the.
Captain Torch calling Captain Sudan.
Sudan, connect the controls in the tower room at once.
It's a pretty solid effect, honestly. We want to see the ships blow up, Sweet Feet. That would be the best
cherry
thing.
on top.
Mm-hmm.
Calling Captain Sudan in the guard control room.
Hello? Is this Drunk? Yes, this is Drunk. Listen.
Drunk?
Drunk?
Can you contact Zappa?
This is Drunk speaking. How can I help
Tell
you?
him that Ming has gone to the tower control room.
All right, I will.
Are you drunk? Yes, I'm drunk.
Drunk calling Dr. Zarkov. Calling Dr. Zarkov. Listen carefully. Ming has taken refuge in his power control room. Tell Flash Gordon to head his solarite ship directly at the tower.
Oh shit.
You know, if this ship is powerful enough to destroy the Earth, it probably doesn't matter where he aims the ship, right?
Yeah, that's
That way
true.
we can save others who should not suffer from Ming's misdeeds. Flash.
Go ahead, Zarkov.
Ming has gone to his tower control room. You know where it is?
Yes. I'll head toward there instead of the palace.
Good. Let us know when you're ready.
Don't worry. I will.
I think that's essentially the strategy here, Sweet Feet.
Captain Sudan doesn't answer, sire. We're doomed.
He's just got that thing at cruise control. He's just gonna jump out.
Connect the controls. Then we can explode the
Put a brick on the accelerator and then parachute out.
Lord Emperor demands that you connect the controls in the tower room immediately.
Oh shit.
Why doesn't Flash bail out? He's close enough now.
Not yet. He can't afford to miss.
Yeah. Tom Cruise would have been so hype about this. Oh my god, are you kidding?
Yes. And there's only one other way of escape for them. But they will be too terrified to think of it.
Yeah, Tom Cruise probably would jump out of a rocket ship.
All ready, Zarkov?
Cut the speed down as low as possible.
What is he gonna parachute down to their ship? Is that the plan? Like when they zip lined a few episodes ago from one ship to the other?
I really hope so. Yeah.
Oh, whoa! Look at him! Oh. Man, they sprung out for that, man.
Do you think the Solarite ship will hit the tower?
That was great.
Watch the fireworks.
Good line, Flash. Your writers did good on that one.
Look! The Solarite ship is nearly upon us! To the caverns where you're lying!
Ming, you coward. And join us next year for Ming Returns.
Ming is no more. The world is safe.
And our warrior is free.
By destroying Ming, you have saved the universe.
Oh, he kind of said it.
Ambition, Ming declared that he was the universe.
Then, since you have conquered Ming, I shall ready you your father. Flash Gordon conquers the universe.
Oh, he said it! He said it!
He said it. There it
Now,
is.
Flash.
Straight for Aboria.
They got there. They got there.
Back home.
That's why Ming said that ridiculous line.
Yeah, that was good. That got me.
They tied it. Yeah, they tied it together. They made sense.
Yeah, I've been riffing on Flash Gordon conquers the universe for months now, but you know what? It comes together.
It does. It really did. It really did. And I was not expecting it to. Wow. I don't know, and I don't know why this picture of Fresh keeps popping up, but that's a whole other thing. So I was really surprised because I don't know why, I don't know what I read, but for some reason I read something that said that Ming got away. And I don't think there was a post-credit sequence, so I don't think that we missed anything. This isn't Marvel.
They didn't show
okay.
his body. We don't.
Right, but like, I mean, for all we know, Ming's dead. You know, like if they wanted to pick it up, sure. That they found a way out of so many cliffhangers for Flash. Ming, I'm sure, easily got out of that somehow. But
yeah,
I still think it was pretty.
But, right, as it stands now,
pretty definitive. You know, like
yeah,
he flew Ming's war.
They
no, sorry, go ahead.
Killed him.
Yeah, I mean they did. They flew his warship right in and just blew him to bits. Yeah, him and his whole little gang of minions.
For once, one of Flash's plans went off without a hitch.
Literally for once. It's been 12 chapters of traitors and spying and just any kind of goof that can foil Flash just wrapping this thing up. It's been one thing after the other, but they finally got their shit together and they just got Ming kind of cornered. They just got him trapped and were able to just take him out. So yeah, I was very surprised, honestly. I was expecting the cliffhanger ending, but I think they tied it together. You know, they said the title, which I really didn't think that they were gonna do, and of course it's ridiculous, it's cheesy, and it's funny that they got there. And it's the very last line.
So this was a year before Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe it's a good thing they didn't wait to release this? Yeah,
I think it's definitely was ultimately for the best. It's not really, you know, again, they were really tapping into a lot of the relevant fears of what was going on in Europe at the time, a lot of the fears that Americans had about the rise of fascists and dictators in Europe. And it was, it was definitely part of the kind of like what was in the air when they were making it. And so if it would have come out later, yeah, it just would have been different. And that's the thing, we saw trailers for a lot of serials that really got very like heavy into like a war narrative, like within a traditional kind of like there would be like superhero like serials that also involved like Nazis, or like there was a lot of using the war, what was actually happening at the time, as a subject for serials. So but I think there's probably a reason why they decided not to do a Flash Gordon serial during the World War II like time span. Because it's weird that they didn't do another one, I mean, they kept doing serials for years, but for some reason they did 3 and they just stopped. So, it definitely is, again, all these things are a product of their time, and even here, it's all more like illusions and a little more subtextual, but it's here. Dish. Damn it, Flash Gordon. Yeah.
Buster, this is all your fault.
Damn it, Buster. Crabbe? Either one works. Yeah.
Mr. Crabbe.
Mr. Crabbe. Buster Crabbe. Yeah, that was so that was the final installment of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, and that wraps up our mini-sodes for season 4. It's been good, with having another serial to enjoy. We've got 2 under our belt now, and we definitely have acquired some wrinkles and some. It's definitely aged us trying to follow some of these plots, but
a little older, maybe a little wiser. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. We learned along with Flash. We even learned with Ming a little bit. It's all about learning lessons. And
I've learned to be very wary of any rugs I come across.
Oh yeah, if you didn't take that away from tonight's episode, that's still my favorite thing of all 12 chapters is the electrified rug. It's genius. Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that.
I think one of maybe my favorite part of this series was when they when the wall of water, they just dump a wall of water on their actors and like wash them across the set.
That was a lot of fun. That was
fun.
Yeah, that was good. It definitely they're just looking like drowned rats, just kind of, don't really know what to do. Like, I don't think they were expecting the water to like really carry them the way that it did, but it was a wall of water.
It really knocks them off their feet.
It was a wall of water. That was a great moment. I mean, yeah, it really was full of different, different storylines, different things in the production design, different stunts, different cliffhangers, tons of things to really enjoy. And I think that it was nice. Again, it was the first real sci-fi thing that we watched on the show. Now it's this and End of the World. That's 2 sci-fi things under our belt too. Yeah. So we're just
had a sci-fi winter.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. But we're thawing out. We're getting to spring, and we'll be season 5 is all about spring. Spring will be. It will sprung, and what a sprung it will be. No, it's gonna be great. And but we still have one more film for season 4. It is 1947's Scared to Death, starring Bela Lugosi. We always end our seasons, that's the precedent we've set, is ending our seasons with the Bela Lugosi movie. So Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, you can join us for that. It is one of my favorite movies. I freaking love this movie. It's a post-World War II movie, and it very much acknowledges that it's a post-war movie. So it's interesting in that respect. But this is the only color film that Bela Lugosi starred in, and it is. Again, it's just one of my favorite movies. It's not good. I think that you guys will like it more than The Gorilla. I think I can safely say that. You know, there's comedy relief in this. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. There's plenty of intrigue, and
Well, thank you for being honest, at least. So this is one of your favorite movies. You said it's not very good.
It just depends. I've been doing some research earlier this week because I want to see what other people have said about it, I mean, a lot of people, like the Poverty Row Horrors book doesn't even like have a section on it. I guess it's not considered.
I couldn't find a lot of information on this.
No, it's hard. Yeah, there's really not a lot, and it's not considered a Poverty Row horror movie. And all that they talk about, all of the writer says in the Poverty Row Horrors book at different points about it is it's unwatchable. It's one of Lugosi's few unwatchable movies. And I've been watching this movie since I was 6 years old, and I haven't been able to stop watching it. It's like a movie that I like. For the longest time, I just kept watching it because I wanted to make some sense of what happened, because I never ever could. And I think I have gotten close the older that I've gotten. But it's just an enigma of a movie. It's a mind melter, which honestly makes the cocktail that Evan has paired with the movie perfect. And if you don't know, as always, Evan pairs a cocktail with the Friday evening's feature presentation in a little segment which we call
What Were You Drinking?
And Evan's got a doozy lined up for us this Friday.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Scared to Death. I am intrigued. You're making it sound very enigmatic, mysterious.
I think that's why I think this cocktail is appropriate.
Yeah, so this week's cocktail is called The Green Mask. I haven't seen the movie, but from what I understand, a green mask is involved.
Oh, Evan,
somehow.
I can't wait to get in this on Friday, man. You guys are gonna hate/love this. But yes, okay, yes, the green mask, yes.
But the green mask. So this is I think. An original. I couldn't find
it anywhere.
Yeah, I could. It seems like kind of a gimme. I can't imagine I'm the first person to think of this, but the green mask is made with 1 part absinthe and 2 parts green tea. So we've got 2 ingredients, both green.
I
think it's gonna be pretty good.
I've never had absinthe before, so
yeah, I've only had it maybe once or twice, but
and what'd you think?
Liked it.
You liked it.
I liked it. Yeah.
What would you say the taste? What is it comparable to? Would you say?
It kind of tastes like licorice, like kind of like that kind of candy, like licorice flavor.
Okay.
Like herbal.
Interesting.
Do you like licorice?
Well,
a lot of people don't.
You know, it's funny because last week when we had the little green men, another cocktail with green in it,
another green cocktail, that was made with Jaeger, and that was like, that's got a licorice type of, herbally type taste to it. And so like when we had that cocktail, I was like, oh, I really underestimate how much I like am enjoying this taste right now and all this. Like, it's, it was an enjoyable drink. Like, it was something to like sip and kind of like be able to kind of like, oh, this tastes interesting, this tastes like good. So maybe comparable to that somewhat. If you liked Little Green Men, I think you'll like the Green Mask.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because I've never had it before, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's I don't really know much about absinthe, but I know I know like real absinthe apparently is like, supposed to be like, not like,
you can't. I don't think you can buy the fun absinthe anymore.
Yeah, no. I don't think. Yeah, I think as Carl, as my father, I think said it, only in France. I don't know if that's true. Okay. I have to fact check him on that. But yeah,
you want to go to France?
Oh yeah, let's say we'll write it off as a business expense, and just so we can answer this question. And it's totally legitimate business expense, absolutely. But yeah, so I mean, regardless, I think it's just an appropriate liquor to pair with this kind of mind melting movie. It's just so weird. It's just so odd, and it's a cheap, quick Lugosi movie, but it's just such a weird, cheap, quick Lugosi movie. It's not, it's just not like anything that, it's just not like anything of his that we've watched so far, and it won't be everybody. Not everybody will like it, but I'm very excited. So I
can appreciate a good weird movie, so I think I'm really intrigued by the way you're describing.
Yeah, I think a lot of things that I did read this past week, like if they weren't like disparaging of it, it's like you got to be on some drugs or on something to really like. You got to be in an altered state to really enjoy this movie. So I'm hoping the cocktail will be like just the like perfect headspace for this movie to just sit really well with you, and I hope you enjoy it. I think you will. It's basically a murder mystery, I guess you could say, but it's not like an old Dark House style murder mystery. You don't even see an exterior shot of the house. That's a whole other. Let's save all that for the movie. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, and then we'll be on a break. So this is our last mini-sode for until March. So that's let's see. What do we got? We got 1, 2. That's only 2 weeks. So well. Yeah, I guess if we start back on March 1st, then that would be 2 weeks. So probably you're looking at taking about 2 weeks off. And I don't know what we'll come back with for the minisodes. Probably a TV series. Definitely something. We'll go back to television. But I have no clue what, because we've gone through the 2 big ones that I really was aware of, which were One Step Beyond and The Veil, and so we'll see what I can dig up. But we've still got Friday. So please join us on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time for our season 4 finale. You can find us over on all the socials at Screamstream Show. And I can't get out of the habit of saying all the socials except Facebook. That's the whole thing. Yeah, we'll miss
almost all the socials.
Almost all the socials. And you can find me on the socials at Spakenstein and Evans Off the Grid. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us for this space odyssey through the world of Flash Gordon, through the universe of Flash Gordon. And it's been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have too. So until Friday, sweet screams, everybody. And to all a good fright. Yeah, there he is. He got in the chat.